Hey, what's up everybody? I am here today talking about the Fender Deluxe Reverb Tonemaster. This is an amp I've had for a while and I've been wanting to do a review for a little bit, so here we go. I actually just kind of randomly stumbled upon this amp. I was just testing out some pedals in a guitar store. I was like, yeah, I'll just use the Deluxe Reverb reissue. And I started playing it. I was like, man, this thing sounds really good. I kind of just forgetting about the pedal entirely. And then I went behind the amp and I kind of picked it up and I was like, man, this thing is stupid light. And then I realized this is not a normal Deluxe Reverb reissue. And so I figured out what it was. It's the Tonemaster, and it is solid state and it is in a all pine cabinet. So it is super lightweight. It's got the Neo Dimium speaker, which makes it even lighter. So touring, taking this thing around is super easy. It's very light. You're obviously getting exhausted of loading in and loading out, loading the bus, loading the trailer, whatever. So I've always been seeking lightweight options for amps, and this really does the trick. To me, this thing sounds pretty identical to a Deluxe Reverb reissue. I think if you're a real connoisseur of these amps, you're gonna maybe hear the difference, but as far as like just normal weekend to day to weekend gigging, it's a very, very nice amp. It sounds really good at low volumes, just playing in a bedroom, playing in your studio. But it also sounds great on any stage. I've played it in a variety of settings, like small bars to actually big stages, and it's always performed well for me. It's got the power soak, so right now I have it at 22 watts, and I'm gonna do the demo starting at the 22 watts, but it does go from 22 to 12. Let me check. To 5 to 1 to 0.5 to 0.2. So the power soak is very versatile. It also has the direct out on the back, which is super clutch. Whether a live setting or recording, you just got that option. And it's got 2 amp simulators that you can switch from. I think the reverb on this thing sounds amazing. It's very smooth, it's very rich. I think that was honestly one of the selling points for me, was just the reverb just sounds amazing. And obviously you don't have a reverb tank, which is gonna crash on you during a show or something, so you're never gonna get that kind of feedback, ugly sound that you might be used to with your tube amp and the spring reverb. I built this little rolling case, so that doesn't come with the amp. You got to build one yourself, but it's pretty cool, pretty handy in the old basement studio. All right, enough talking. We're gonna do some playing and just get a feel for how this thing sounds. I've got the AT2020 here as my vocal and just kind of a room mic, and then I've got the Sennheiser E609 right on the cab. And I also have the direct out mixed in with this signal. So you're gonna hear all 3 of these. And then what I can do is separate these 2, like the mic from the direct out, so you can get a feeling for the differences. I'm in the first channel in the vibrato or the reverb section of the amp. So this is pretty much what I'm always using because I love the reverb. I would never want to play without it, honestly. So I'm in the first channel, which has a little bit more gain than the second. And sometimes I will use the second channel depending on the setting. All right, here we go. Oh wait, I have the volume set at 3, treble 5, bass is at 4, reverb's at 4, and the vibrato is off right now. I'm using my favorite Sire guitar. This is their T series, or their Larry Carlton T style guitar, which I really love. I'm playing it on the neck pickup, single coil. This has the coil tapping, so that's just kind of my go-to. Okay, so now I'm going to compare the different wattages, and hopefully you can hear the difference. So we're starting at full wattage, which is 22 watts. All right, now 12 watts. Five watts. One watt. Point five. Okay, lowest setting, which is 0.2 watts. Okay, so I've got the amp back at 22 watts, and now I have it in the very first channel. I've got the volume at 3 and treble at 5, bass at 4, just like the other side, so that you get at least a decent comparison. So the difference here is definitely like the no reverb. You're gonna notice that. Okay, second channel on the normal side. Okay, so second channel is definitely quieter, and obviously pretty dry over here without the reverb. But if you have a reverb that you really love, and you prefer the sound of this side, you can go with that. All right, now I'm going to play a little bit with just the direct output. So you guys aren't going to be hearing the microphone at all, so you get a little bit of the flavor of that sound. Okay, now I'm going to change to the cab simulator. Here is the first cab simulator. And now the second. Okay, we're back to the first channel on the vibrato side. second channel on the vibrato side. A little crunchy there. Alright, I'm liking that second side on the vibrato side, so we're going to play a little bit more there. And now I'm just going to show you a little bit of the vibrato kicked in. So vibrato sounds nice. It's honestly not something that I use, but if you want it, it's there. I'm not going to break out all the pedals and whatnot, but to be honest, I think this thing handles pedals just as well as any other Fender amp would, you know, like they're known for. I think it does handle overdrive just fine. I think that's probably some of the complaints from people about other solid states in the past. But honestly, this thing sounds very transparent. So, no quarrels there. Check out how light it is. I'm not the biggest guy in the world, and I made that look pretty easy. Alright, we'll do a little bit more playing. I'm going to go through the switches on the sire. So here's humbuckers on the neck. Back to the single coil on the neck. Alright, humbuckers in the middle. Alright, single coil on the bridge. I don't use that very much, but that's nice. Alright, humbucker on the bridge. Okay, well, I hope I covered pretty much everything for you. I would totally recommend this amp if you are a gigging musician, if you're a home studio musician. I think it really covers a lot of ground and sounds great. And see you next time.